Okay, so welcome back to this NHL series. Unfortunately, still not able to record in 720p, not quite sure what's going on there. Still working on a fix, and yeah, well, this is the third game now with Arizona. Won one, lost one, sadly. And we are still at home, so our homestand continues, and we are against the Edmonton Oilers this time. I will be trying to upload the first episode of my new series after this. So hopefully there'll be something other than NHL on the channel. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this episode as well. So let's go into the game, and I will rejoin when I am there. Okay, so hello and welcome back. So we're here for face-off. I wonder if we do actually have an away game after this. I mean, I don't know who we play until it tells me after each game, so it seems to be a Western Conference homestand, in fact a Pacific Division homestand, and these cross creases are not just are just not working at the moment. There's another shot, and Scrivens found that. There was a lot of traffic, but he found it. But that's a positive start. I mean, we do need a win. I mean, won one, lost one in regulation. I mean, the Kings' loss was pretty humiliating, but Edmonton is a team that I would expect this team to beat, or at least take to overtime. So, and there's a good poke check to just keep it out of the way of the goal. And here's Setaguchi, my trade free agent, and I think that might be his first goal for us. But he's basically roofed that high, and nobody will blame Scrivens for not getting that, because you need the reflexes of a cheater to get that. But I think that might have been Setaguchi's first goal for us, so hopefully he'll prove to be a valuable acquisition. But if you see there, just the speed on that. I mean, I didn't do anything different to normal. I just brought it outside and then he just roofed it high. I mean, it goes all the way around the net. And then the celebration. I'm going to try and do a different celebration each time I score, which hopefully will be more than once. I mean, well, I hope it'll be more than once. I mean, I don't want to, unless my defence plays incredibly well, then that would probably be a bit of an issue for me. So, Bertuzzi, another one of our free agents, squares it. Not quite. Antoine Vermette. Again, not on the team anymore. Oh, I did not mean to do that. And Dustin Penner, another one of our free agents. There seems to be a free agent line. I was trying to square it across for a shot, but I think he ran into the goaltender and started a fight by accident. So, as you can see, I'm just beating the crap out of this guy, basically. And yeah, that's going to be the end of that. Goodbye, Mr. 67. So that'll be a 5-minute major for both of those guys. But I get the honour of saying I won that little fight. So I'll just do a few celebrations. So what did he do? Oh, nothing, basically. I ran into him and Scrivens just decided to flop or have a sort of seizure on the floor next to him and caused a fight. But if you didn't see that stat just there, that's always a good sign. Although that might be about to change. No, it will not. That was a crushing hit coming into the zone there. Mikhail Bodka, nearly got the rush ended. Oh, now it has been. Tried to go for another hit, and Taylor Hall's going to get it. That might be the first shot. No. Let's see how long we can go without them getting a shot. Oh, not very long at all. I think I jinxed it by saying it. And now Hansel. Oh, and there's the second celebration. Another wrister. I think that might just be like a sort of glitch goal on this game. If you go from that particular distance and you go up high, he just automatically beats the goalie, especially a goalie like Ben Scrivens, who isn't one of the best in the league. So here we go, up centre, and yeah, it's just a simple wrist shot. I mean, there's no real skill to it or anything. Like, I guess being able to place it is the main skill of that, but they all count, and that's what's important in terms of this season. Getting the Coyotes to the playoffs, even probably nowhere near the Stanley Cup, but even if we go out in the first round, I'd still be happy if we made it to the playoffs. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. That was really quite poor. And there's another hit. Oof. Simon Garnier comes around the back. Power play? What for? He didn't call a delayed penalty. Oh, I didn't see one. Let me see if I can guess what this is for then. Oh, slashing or high sticking. High sticking in this particular instance. That's fine. And I've just realised that there isn't actually any volume. Like, I don't know, maybe I turned it down so I'd be able to hear myself think better. But yeah, I will rectify that at the end of the period. I will bring some sound back, don't worry. But right now I've got to deal with their power play, which I'm hoping isn't very good. So far it's not looked very good, but it will continue into the next period unless they score on it. Ekman Larson, oof, oof. Block, yes, that's not a trip. Do not call a trip for that. That was not a trip. Oh, thank God. I was going to say, got the puck well beforehand. Right, duck inside. Take the shot. No, no room. Scribbins wasn't going to get beaten twice. Oh, there's the shot. Oh, pass off the sentry. And I've just taken his stick off him. Somebody's just lost a stick by the looks of things. Let's take another block. And that's the sort of thing I'm looking for. Oh, what a steal. Oh, and what a board play. Here we go. That's it. Took inside. Oh, I didn't realise the period was ending. Oh. Oh, God. See, that's the problem with not having the sound on, because I did not realise that... Oh, bloody hell. I didn't realise that the period was ending. That is irritating, because I could have had a beautiful shot there. But let's look at that. 10 shots to 1. That's pretty conclusive so far. And now I'm going to up the volume a little bit. So hopefully we'll hear Mike and Doc a bit more. Oh, no, we won't, because I've turned the commentary volume down. So give me a second. Volume settings, commentary volume. Oh, what? Well, that makes no sense. But okay. Maybe they'll start after I drop the puck. Hey. Oh, first shot for the... Well, first proper shot for the Oilers on their power play. There's another shot, and they've scored! On the power play, and that is, in past NHL games as well, that has seemed to be a really good shot from the point, near the blue line, and just basically slap it and try and get it as high and wide as possible in the net, and that seemed to work here. We'll see it here. I bet it's top right-hand corner. In fact, that was actually a really good shot. I mean, to beat the goalie was on that side, and Smith just didn't get anywhere near it. I mean, I'd have gone the other side. But that is a goal, fair and square. Oilers are back in the game with a power play goal as well, which is a bit more disappointing. I would have liked a penalty kill to work, but can't have everything. And we are still winning, which is the important thing, and that is definitely offside. That was out of the zone. So, 2-1 Arizona. Again, we need another goal to have a cushion. Korpakowski. Oh, that did not work at all. Hip check, and it didn't work at all. It's completely missed. Setaguchi, bring it up the right wing, not to him, to him. Garnier, there we go, there's a shot. Oh, push it in. Oh, it got moved to the side. Well played. Centred, Yakupov, but before he can get the shot away, I've made sure he is well out of my way. And that's got to be a goal. Oh, didn't go wide enough, that was just a simple forehand backhand, that wasn't very exciting at all. Oh, there's a hit. Yakupov takes a big hit there. Oh, Shane Doan. Here we go. Breakaway chance. Breakaway chance. Oh, why would you place it behind him? That was such an easy chance. There's another one. Oh, no. Oof. Considering he botched it, that was actually closer than I would have expected. Ekman Larson shot, and that's... Yeah, even I couldn't follow that. Taylor Hall. To be fair, I did consider doing an Oilers series, like, I don't know if when I was choosing the teams, the three that I picked, I can't remember now if Edmonton was one of the teams I was considering, but before I started the episode, I was considering doing Edmonton. I decided beforehand I wanted to do... Oh, is it in? Oof. What I was saying was do a Western Conference team, but I just decided to do Arizona, because I actually know less about Arizona than Edmonton, like... There's just teams that, if they're not doing, like, if they're doing quite average or not making the playoffs, they fall off the radar, and Arizona's one of those teams. They're like Dallas and Colorado. Like, you just don't hear about them as often as these other teams. Like, they're not like a Buffalo, because everyone hears about Buffalo because they're just crap. But, or Carolina or somebody like that, but, like, Arizona you just don't hear about, because they're sort of bottom of the Pacific Division, but the Pacific Division's a good division, so... And they don't finish bottom of the league, or pretty close. Yeah, you just don't as as much, so that's why I wanted to be one of them, just to like sort of bring up my own knowledge of their team as much as anything, as well as like doing something different rather than being a Boston or a Montreal or a Toronto. Toronto definitely being the most overplayed team in the game. And they basically remind me of like... They just remind me of like a disadvantaged child. Like, you can't help but feel pity for them, but they're still bad. Like, I don't know. That's probably a bad metaphor to use. But looking at this, 15 shots to 5, so we've still times it by 3 in how many shots, sadly. There's only 1 goal in it, so this still has full potential to go to overtime, although even if we just stick and defend now, I'll probably still give up a goal, and to be honest, I wouldn't want to do that because it'd just make the game boring. And I've just tripped up my own player. Oh, thank God Smith got to that. He was in every position that was not right. Taylor Hall. Oh, good block, but he blocked it into the zone, so I'd rather you didn't do that. Double teamed. Who's got it? Ekman Larson. Don't want him to have it. Shane Doan. Oh, again, just ran into a stick. Nugent Hopkins. Jeff Schultz. Oh, Hansel did not get there. He doesn't not got a very wide radius on his skate. Mikhail Vodka. Shane Doan. Again. Ekman Larson. 12 minutes left in the period, so it's still looking like it could be a win. Pass across. Oh, I need one more, and I'll be pretty confident that this is going to be my second win. Stone. Oh, thank God they don't have any breakaway skills, because otherwise that would have been a tied game. Setaguchi, already taken one. Ben Scrivens gives a rebound. Oh, it's in. I'm sorry, but that was in. I know it will say it wasn't. Oh, but that one is in, and there's the third celebration of the night. Setaguchi's second goal of the night. That was just meant to be maybe create a rebound. I didn't expect that to go in at all, but Devin Setaguchi, second goal of the night, unassisted, takes it round, and then it was just well placed by the looks of it. Like, because again, Scrivens was on that side. Like, yeah, Scrivens was in the right position, but you just. Setaguchi's speed, it's like how fast he can make his shots go off, like, they're not even slap shots, they're snapshots, like, they're just so fast that the goalies can't make anything, and that's why I think Setaguchi could become, like, really valuable. Like, he could be the difference between playoffs and not. If you look at, like, his goals at the end of the season and where we would have been without those goals, like, I'm sure... Well, I'm hoping that the difference would have been that we wouldn't have been in the playoffs, because then A, it'll make my free agency skills look good, and B, it'll mean that we're in the playoffs. That is a little bit... it technically was a penalty for 5 minutes, but like it's a bit wrong. Like, Fane was turning round and just happened to slam into him from behind. That was not a well-given penalty at all. But it's a 5-minute power play that is major, which basically, the difference between this and a normal power play, if you don't know, is that if I score, I still stay on the power play. Because it's major. And the guy who checked me is now out for the night. Like, he's been sent off, basically. Oh! Christ, I thought I was the one meant to be scoring. But if we look at the timer, in theory, I will not have time to use up my entire power play. Well, I'm hoping I won't, because that would mean that we've gone to overtime if we do. And if I throw away a 2-goal lead now, that would be pretty impressive, but not good. That was a stupid play to make. Thank God Smith was there. I mean, Smith... Oh, that's a breakaway now. Oh, here we go. And it's a goal. And there's the 4th celebration. Just snuck in between the 2 defenders and brings us a 4-1 lead. 58 seconds. And it is a power play goal as well, so that'll add to our power play numbers. Just gets through the defenders. Forehand, backhand, and yeah, Scrivens went down to the dirty bird position, but it's not going to stop that. There's the forehand. Yeah, you are never stopping that. He had an open net on the right side in effect. So 58 seconds left in the game. It's a 4-1 win at the moment, unless we can add to it. But the good point is, it's a win. That's the most important point. And Nikitin has a chance. Oh, that's going to be a power play. That's going to be a penalty. Oh, no, it's not. It should have been a penalty, because I basically just dived on the floor into him. That's offside. Oh, can I get up high? Ah! nowhere near a par. I don't think Stone's a forward. I think he's a defender, and that's why he just basically put it towards the net, but there was no skill involved there. Yeah, you are allowed to do that. Again, it's not icing if you're on a penalty kill. It's just a bit of a pussy move. But obviously, as it's the AI, like, I'd be more insulted if it was a human player. The AI is just bound to itself by EA's lack of wanting a game, in effect. Like, it just ruins the game when people do that. But I guess that is what they do in real life, so I can understand why EA would code the AI to do that. Oh, damn it. Oh, and he's hit his own player and then chipped out. Doesn't matter to me too much. Maybe if it was 1-1, I'd be a bit more annoyed. But there it is. It's a 4-1 win for Arizona. 21 shots to 9 in the end. And yeah, it's a win. Let's see who we've got next before I end this episode. But that will be all I'm doing for this one. I really hope you enjoyed this episode. I'm sure you'll join me for the next one as well. Share the video, get the series out there. Oh, I hope you're all enjoying it and like just wanting to see more, like wanting to see the evolution of basically how I control the team, like evolution of maybe trades and stuff like that, which I'll be bringing in soon. And as we can see there, we've got St. Louis in the next game, so that's our first game that's not... Hold on, who have we had? Winnipeg? Oh no, sorry, Winnipeg were a Central. Yeah, sorry, LA and Edmonton are both Pacific teams, but St. Louis and Winnipeg are Central teams. But 2 Western Conference teams, so I haven't had an Eastern team yet. But again, we're at home, so it's going to be a 4-game homestand at least to open up. And if we look here, we're at home to St. Louis, but we're away at Nashville. So after St. Louis, we are on the road. First game away. But it's also, they're still Western. Minnesota, that's another away game, still Western. And then we finally get our first Eastern Conference team when we play Florida at home. And Florida are currently, they've lost all 3 games in regulation, so Florida are doing pretty shocking at the moment. We've got 4 points from a possible 6, they've got none from a possible 6. St. Louis have got 4 from a possible 4, so St. Louis look to be in form. But yeah, I'm really getting into the series. I'm hoping you guys are too. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.